probably going to take a second for that one. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So, hello everyone. My name is B. Welcome to This Our Daily Life. And today I'm going to be interviewing Blessing. Blessing, can you please tell me your last name?
My last name?
Yes.
My last name is Garcella Mushanga.
Yes, I cannot pronounce it, but it's beautiful. So anyway, so we met in speech class. And you had told me that you were very passionate about being a speaker. And so I was just really interested in that, especially because you have a stutter. And so I was just wanting to ask you some questions about kind of how you got started. And then I also want to ask you, because this is the show, This Our Daily Life. So I kind of wanted to ask you at the end of everything, what you think are some important factors to just living a good daily life. So first question, what did your life look like before you wanted to pursue speaking?
So my life, I was born without having a stutter,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened. My stutter started when I had a traumatic brain injury,
Wow.
and so after that, my life has changed drastically
Mm-hmm.
because I what was the question again?
Just what did your life look like before? And he had told me to ask him this question. So just what did your life look like before you started speaking, or before you started wanting to be a speaker? What were like some things that you wanted to do, and what did your life look like?
Oh, well, when we moved here to the United States.
Oh yeah, so tell us where you're from, because that's kind of a big deal. So tell me where you're from.
So I was born in Zimbabwe.
Wow, okay.
Zimbabwe in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I'm from. And the reason why I got the stutter is when I was coming home from kindergarten at the age of 5 years old. I went to give my mom a hug.
Mm-hmm.
So she picked me up and then she put me down on the floor again to go put away some books in another room because she was a school teacher. And as she was putting the books in another room, she heard a loud bang. And so she quickly comes to where the noise was.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees. I think we forgot to stop that.
Oh, whoops. We can pause. Keep going. Here, I'll play this one. Let's see. I think it's this one, right? Okay. I think we're recording that one. Yep.
Dang it.
Okay. And yeah. Oh. This one I don't think is going to record very long video for some reason. Okay. Yeah, this one won't work, but that's okay. We've got the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this one we'll cut, but you guys are getting the live version, so there's no cuts for you guys. All right. So anyway, so continue on what you were saying about your mom heard a crash, and then what happened?
And then she quickly comes to where the noise was, and she sees right before her eyes me. I was there. I was head falling down really hard. I'd hit my floor on the ground.
Oof.
And so my eyes were rolled back inside. And
Wow. So he was 5, and you were pretty much you were just out. Did your mom think that you were dead?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So she was crying and she was sobbing and she was questioning God that you gave me a son and now you're going to take him away. And she had no idea what because access to medical care and transportation was difficult back then. and so then she quickly thought of a neighbor or of a neighbor who lived by us, and so she ran to the neighbor, and so she then pleaded and then begged to him to, which was about 10 to 15 kilometers, and so he told my mom that he had about a quarter of a gallon left and that we would not be able to make it,
Wow.
but we can try. And so we did try, and so he put us in the truck, and so we drove to the nearest clinic, and
Wow.
we got there with just enough gas
Wow, that's a thing.
for him to make it back.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It was so
Enough to just get there and just get back, man.
it was so it was so amazing. It was
Yeah.
so like a miracle happened right there,
Wow.
and then we didn't think that we would be able to make it, but with God we were able
Yeah.
to make it.
Yeah.
And so the clinic, uh, they ran for a plethora of tests.
Mm-hmm.
They ran for HIV and
Okay.
they ran for hepatitis,
Mm-hmm.
and I was negative in both of those tests. And so then they had to do like a lumbar punch or spinal tap where they
Yeah.
drew a hole in your back to extract out the spinal fluid
Yeah.
to run for some tests.
Yeah, and if you don't
Yeah.
know, and you already had told me this in class, so I already
Yeah.
know this, but and I do know this just from my own research because of my own back problems. But spinal taps can be very, very dangerous, and so you want to tell what happened after you had the spinal tap?
Yes, so they did it wrong. And so
Yeah.
therefore I was left paralyzed. Like I could not walk, I could not talk,
Yeah.
I could not do any basic necessities that a normal 5-year-old would do. Yeah, and it got so bad that the doctors told my parents that I would not be able to like walk
Yeah.
or to talk
Wow.
or to do any basic necessities
Yeah.
that a normal 5-year-old would do. Yeah. And so then, but God was faithful and just, and He was able to like heal me like very, very quick in like 6 weeks time. I was already healed. I was starting to walk. I
Wow.
was starting to then talk
Yeah.
again and do everything that a normal 5-year-old would do.
Wow. So just in 6 weeks' time, which is, I mean, they were thinking it was going to be permanent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's amazing. That really is a miracle.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that you wanted to be a speaker, and why did you want to do that?
Okay, so so my whole life, like through kindergarten to like now, like I've had like from kinder grade, I didn't like anyone, like I did not like to talk to anyone or
Yeah.
be like I was just an introvert. Like from the kindergarten to like about fifth grade, and after fifth grade is when I started to like join leadership,
Wow.
organizations, and like clubs and activities, and all those other things like that. And so my very first speech, which I gave, was I was running for like a for a student representative for my 8th grade class,
Okay. Yep. Yep.
and so like I gave a speech at that, and my 8th grade teacher helped me write that speech,
Okay.
and everything was, and I like rehearsed it and practiced like multiple times. And so like when it got to like time of the of the of the speech giving,
Yep.
like I went up there and I was wearing a suit. I still remember, because like from first 6th grade I would always wear suits
Oh, really?
to school. Yes.
Did you? Was that something that you had to do, or just something you like to do?
I like to.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute. Okay. Just Mr. Dudley dress up. I love that. But you feel good when you dress up. Yeah. So were you, when you did this speech, were you in front of the whole school because you had to be the representative, or was it like the 8th grade class, or what was it?
No, so it was like a club. So it was like
Okay.
a beta club.
Okay.
I was running. Oh, I gave the speech in front of the beta club members, and so the beta club members consisted of like 7th graders and 8th graders combined.
Okay.
So like I gave a speech in front of those people. It was a lot of people.
Yeah. For your first speech, and
Yeah,
then
for
so
my first speech,
after that speech, were you like, "This is what I want to do"? Like, how did you feel after that?
After I was like, okay, this is fine. Like I won, and
Yeah. Okay. Oh, he won. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I did win, yes. And so like after that, like I had like a lot of things I wanted to do, because like my parents were like telling me not to do speech because like you stutter, and some people might be able to understand you, and that people with stutter, like they're not eloquent enough to like speak. And so like they're like I was wanting to do something in technology.
Okay.
And building like coasters
Yeah.
and like computer science.
Okay. Yeah.
And like information technology. But then I was just doing that to like please someone else. And not like please myself. And so throughout high school, I like spoke at like my assemblies, school assemblies, and other things like that. And to the coolest assembly I've done was like the Martin Luther King assembly.
Okay. Yeah. Where did you do that at? Where was that at?
In high school here in Washington State.
Okay.
At Ken Meridian High School.
Okay.
And
wow. Okay.
So like they chose me to be like the young Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay. Yeah.
The younger version.
Yeah. Okay.
Of him.
Yes.
So like I had to like dress up in a suit.
Yes, which you already like to do. So.
Yeah. And also I had to like rehearse. I
Mhm.
had to give this his Birmingham letter and
Mhm.
his final eulogy speech.
Mhm.
And so like that was like the coolest assembly
Wow.
I've ever done.
Yeah.
I spoke in front of like the whole students,
Yes.
and to
Yeah.
like Cameroon High School is like a really big high school.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like one of the biggest like in the Washington state,
Wow.
and
Okay.
also one of the most diverse high
Okay.
schools. And
Wow.
so like after that is like when I like decided that like speech was gonna be like my go-to thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But when I enrolled in college though, I was not a communications major, so I enrolled in here as a information technology
Okay.
major.
Yeah.
But after like 1 or 2 months of college, like because like I really love people
Mhm.
and I love talking to people,
Yeah.
and so like I said, okay, communication is my go-to major, and if I were to do communications and speak in front of people,
Yeah.
then like I can also do like interpersonal communication, like
Yes.
talking to people one on one, and also like selling like products and traveling around the country,
Yeah. Yeah.
giving speeches
Yes.
in the world, giving speeches
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah. And Blessing is someone who is very much a people person. Like everybody on campus knows him. If I'm walking with Blessing somewhere, people are, hey Blessing, hey Blessing. It's yeah, he's very much a people person. So I can attest to that. So and it's funny because you have a really calm demeanor when you're just speaking one on one with people. But when he gets up in front of the classroom to speak, it's like boom, he gets really big. What are some of the struggles and successes that you feel like you've had that you would want to share with your audiences? Something to, like uplift them or challenge them.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've gone through?
Yeah. So like my story about how I developed my stutter from that brain injury
Mm-hmm.
is like one of the biggest ones. And throughout my life, people have told me that like I'll never be able to do anything. I'll never be able to like be somebody.
Yeah.
That I'll just be like garbage on the road side of the road. So like success to me like means being able to accomplish something that benefits other people.
Yeah.
Like I was having a conversation with somebody last night about like success and about what measures success, and we were talking that success is like something that like everybody wants,
Mm-hmm.
and but not everybody's willing to work up to that success.
Yes. Yeah.
Not everybody is able to do that, and so if you want to be successful, you need to 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 find something that you love to do,
Mm-hmm.
that if somebody was to pay you for it, like you wouldn't even want the money.
Yes. Yes.
Because like a lot of people work for money,
Mm-hmm.
and they at the end of the day they're depressed.
Yes.
Why? Because they're not doing something that they love
Mm-hmm.
to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you don't need to be smart in order for you to gain
Mm-hmm.
success. All you need is a dream and a goal and an ambition to achieve that goal,
Yes.
and for you to like reach that dream.
Mm-hmm. And it's different for everybody, which I think
Yes.
is really important to remember, because I think some people think that, like you were saying, they measure success by money, or maybe they measure success by the number of followers they have or whatever.
Mm.
But I do think it's important. I always think of, if instead of money we had like karma coins, or like how, like if you could measure it in how good you made other people feel. That's
Yes.
what it really should be measured
Yes.
by. And that's kind of what money is supposed to do, but it's an imperfect system and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have something that you love to do that benefits the community and yourself, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it could be, even if you're someone who runs a cleaning business, but you love, you like making things clean, you can do it well, and it's something that blesses your community. That's wonderful. It doesn't, you don't have to be, a multimillionaire or doing something that's, I don't know. I think every job is important.
Yes.
It's just people don't think of it
Yes.
that way, so. And then who inspires you? So who are some people in the world that really have inspired you?
Do they need to be dead or alive?
They can be anybody.
They can be anybody.
They can be anybody.
Okay, so like who really inspires me is like I have multiple people who inspire me. One of them was Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Yes, and do I have to give why? Oh yeah, yes. And so Nelson Mandela really inspires me. He's really an inspirational person
Mm-hmm.
because he's what I like to measure a successful person, because he was placed in prison for like over 20 years
Yeah.
for believing for what he believed in.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's one of the person who really inspires me, and also his leadership philosophy of speaking last.
Mm.
Always like in like a room or whatever. What I like to do is I like to like let everybody else talk, and me like just keep quiet, and me to just like observe everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And when I feel like it's time for me to like speak, is when I will speak. So he's like a person who I really look up to, and who like I really want to become.
Okay. Yeah.
Him, and also there's Martin Luther King
Mm-hmm.
Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I really look up to him because he's also a person who I like to measure as successful person,
Mm-hmm.
because he, he's the one who made like America equal,
Mm-hmm.
and for everybody to have like an equal opportunity for everyone else. Yes,
Yeah.
so-
He inspired a lot of people to.
yes, he
Yeah.
inspired
To.
a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of people, and that's why I think that like I really want to inspire people.
Mhm.
The reason why I want to be a speaker is not for me to motivate anybody. I don't want to
Okay.
motivate anybody
Okay.
because like motivation can like last for like a short time, a
Yeah.
very short time. Like you go to like a conference or something, and then you get motivated for like 1 or 2 days,
Mhm.
and then after that motivation, well, wears out. And
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me. I've gone to like motivational speakers and conferences, and
Yeah.
so like I got motivated for like a short time, and then after that I lost that
Yeah.
motivation. So instead of motivation, I want to inspire people and I want to equip people so that way they can be able to like have the right tools
Mhm.
and be equipped to change the world.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is really, that's really awesome. And the people that have inspired me,
Mm.
they were, they didn't, they, like you were saying, they weren't necessarily motivational speakers or anything like that. A lot of people that inspired me were stories that I read. So it would be
Yeah.
people who, did kind of amazing things, and a lot of times they were alone or they faced these great obstacles. Have you ever heard of David Livingstone at all?
David Livingstone. That name sounds
Okay,
familiar.
he was a missionary. I want to say he was in Africa. I'm pretty sure he was. I remember he went to jungles and stuff, so I'm pretty sure it was in Africa. Either it was in Africa or the Amazon. But he was someone who, like I read a lot of missionary stories when I was younger, and when I was going to speak to you today, I was like, oh, I wonder if Blessings ever heard of him. But he was just someone who he went through all these different trials, and he ended up getting really sick and all these different things. But I can't remember exactly what he had a specific thing that he wanted to do for a specific people group. I can't remember what it was. It was either like deliver supplies or get them the Bible, or I can't remember what it was, but he ended up getting really sick on this journey, but he made it all the way to the people. And it's an inspiring thing. And when you think of someone who's inspiring, it can always spark up your heart. But when you hear that motivational thing, it's kind of the same thing as like a workout coach who's yelling at you versus something that you just do every day, you know? So I think that's a good point. And then do you have any films or music that really inspire you? Any art that really inspires you?
Yeah, so a film that really inspires me is a movie called The King's Speech.
Okay, I've never watched this, but I've never seen it. I should watch it. Okay.
You should watch it, and I recommend
Okay.
for everybody, viewers, to also watch it.
Okay.
Because it's about a story about a king, King George
Okay.
the Sixth, and about how he like unified a nation when a war was breaking out, and all while having a speech impediment,
Okay.
and so a stutter, and so like it's about his like story about like him finding a voice
Okay.
in the world, and so like it's really good, and that's one of the movies that really inspires me. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
it.
Okay, great. And then this is my little request for you. Could you just give us a brief little speech about what you think, what's important to do in our daily lives? Because I'm very much about, just living every day, living every day being the best that you can be, living as close to God as you can, being as kind to other people as you can, and, being as healthy as you can, and all those kinds of things. So just basically being the best you that you can be. But what do you feel like is the most important thing to remember about living our daily life?
The most thing to remember about living daily life is to love people.
Yeah.
Love people every single day of your 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 life. Because like if you do love people, then those people might see something in you
Mm-hmm.
that might spark a change for them to like continue on the kindness.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave a speech 1 year about the butterfly effect and about the chain reaction, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes.
just like basically about like you do a kind act for someone, and then someone else does a kind act for that someone else,
Yeah.
and so that someone else does a kind act for like some or like three more people,
Mm-hmm.
and then suddenly the whole world is like changed, is
Yeah.
is filled with like change makers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I think
So
that that's
yeah,
so cool because, I think in today's world, negativity spreads really
yes,
easily, right?
yes,
So anger and negativity and all those things, they can spread really easily, but
Yeah.
people forget that like a kind word
Yeah.
or doing something nice for somebody else, that really can go a long way for people.
Yeah,
So,
true.
so, well, anyway, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Blessing.
Yeah.
This has just been a really fun time. Yeah.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
I am writing a book,
Oh, yes. Okay.
And-
Yes. Tell us about this real
and
quick.
so like my book is called But God,
Mm-hmm.
and about my stories and my struggles uh, that I've gone through, and
Yeah.
it's about like how one can find hope in like a struggling
Yeah.
society. Yes, that's one book that I'm writing. The other book, which I'm gonna like start off
Mm-hmm.
later on, is going to be called How to Flip Your Negative Thoughts.
Okay.
So like when you brought that thing up about negativity,
Mm-hmm.
like I thought of my book called How to Flip Your Negative Thoughts into
Okay.
positive ones.
Okay.
So
Yes.
look out
Yes.
for that book.
And
It will be
before we
coming out.
close, yes. So where can we find you? Are you up anywhere? Are you on YouTube yet, or on Instagram or Facebook? Where do you want people to go to find you if they want to reach out to you?
So I am on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And so like I'm working on like a website which has not been published
Yes. Yeah.
yet. A public speaking website.
Okay.
So when I do get that up and running, I'll send the link to you guys.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
And then would it be okay if I put the Instagram and Facebook
Yes.
links in the description so people
Yes.
can? Okay, wonderful. And
Yes.
then hopefully we're going to get Blessing launched with his own YouTube channel. So I just wanted to peek in really quick. So I don't think we have any questions from anybody, but I think that that's great. So Blessing, it's been such a blessing.
Thank you
So
much.
yeah, so we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining us on This Our Daily Life, and we will see you guys next time on our interview sessions. Bye-bye. That was so fun.
That
We
was
did a
fun.
good job. Yes.
We
Oh, it was
did.
so cool. Okay. Bye, guys. All right. So, I think when we do our, oh, there we go. Got it. Is it ending?